Live from the Rant Radio Network, you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat.
Pantalones, thank you, sir. We are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
Welcome on this beautiful rainy day in Southern California.
Yes,
wow, what do you think about that?
It hasn't rained all year, and all of a sudden we're all wet, right?
Yeah.
You put a little water on the situation, nobody knows how to drive. It drives me nuts, right? In-house today, we have Mr. Bruce Bryant from Home and Realty Magazine. And Bruce, well-esteemed individual here in the community. And thank you for joining us here, Bruce. It'll be a good show today. Give us a call.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Give us a call. Right, thank you.
Good to be here.
Right on.
Welcome, Mr. Bruce.
How you doing?
Give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. If you happen to have a question, a rant, a problem, or a complaint about a real estate agent, God forbid that you should ever have that, give us a call. Win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce. Compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. Also, as a added benefit, AGR and Associates, Real Estate Rant, and now Bruce Bryant are proud supporters of Stroke Awareness and Michael Aguilar and Associates. You can reach them at www.strokeawareness101.com. Mr. Aguilar had a stroke a couple years back and is recovering nicely from that. Mr. Aguilar actually was in the studio today and he did a test on me, and so he'll be putting me on some products soon, right? So give us a call, 855-693-4897. Every week we get those particular emails from different individuals. What do we get this week, Mr. Alonso?
This week's question comes out of Mike from Escondido, or Millie from Escondido. It says, my husband and I were deciding on buying a home that was for sale by owner. They have since listed it with the realtor. Can we still buy directly with them?
If it's been listed by a realtor, what do you think?
Well, it has to be very clear on. I mean, it depends how they got the listing, because if it's stipulated that they reserve the rights to sell to the property to someone they previously sold it, absolutely they can go ahead and sell directly through them. But if they have since listed it with the realtor and they don't want to give them the opportunity of buying directly, I suggest that since they're already paying a commission, go ahead and and get a buyer's agent to represent them.
Yes. And I also wanted to mention, too, just real quick, on that particular question, there are different types of listings. There's an exclusive listing, and there are different types of listings that people can get with the realtors, where if the homeowner happens to find the buyer, the homeowner sometimes can opt out not to pay commissions. So that just happens to be one of the
one of the open listings,
open-ended listings. Yes, for the contract. So it's important as a seller of a home to understand the different types of contracts that are available. You can contact one of us here at AGR and Associates. We can help you with those particular situations when it comes to listing a property. But in terms of going directly to the homeowner in this situation, I would think that because they listed the property with an agent, that they would have to deal with the real estate agent.
And like I said, unless they reserve the right, and they do have to out your name, they do have to put your name on the listing agreement, and that way that they know that you already shown the property to them, and they can has to be in writing in the listing agreement.
Yes. So give us a call, 855-693-4897.
Alonso.
Oh, Mr. Alonso, actually, it's up here on the outline. If you, I put it there for your reference, Mr. Bruce. Give us a call, 855-693-4897, and you can win one of those gift cards, or ask myself, Alonso, or Bruce a question. And every week we also do the design deal. If you would, Mr. Pantalones, you can also, if you happen to call in and get this particular design, you can win that $25 gift card as well. This is a multiple choice question. If you happen to know what kind of property that is, give us a call, 855-693-4897. It is either a Muse, a Conch House, or a Mud Hiff. And feel free to log on to Wikipedia or Google, and you can get that particular thing. Check it out, dude. Isn't that kind of funny? That's it's funny. I mean, we laugh, but I'll be honest with you. I would have trouble trying to build something like that, because I wouldn't understand the concept of it. That's a totally different kind of construction, and we talk about different types of construction here on the show.
And is that here in the United States, Alex?
It is not here in the United States. I'll give away a little hint there. That is in Europe, and so or actually, I think it might be in Asia.
But do we have time for another question and answer? Or
is there another one?
Yeah, there was another one. The other one came in from Louis out of Montebello, and it says, do I have to pay a site to find foreclosure homes?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Right now, when I look on the internet, when I look on MLS, I rarely find REO properties even available. They're really drying up. The market's bottlenecked. Most of the market is flipped over to standard or short sales. The short sales have even dried up. To be honest with you.
I know, but this question reads: is that do they have to? Does a consumer have to pay?
I mean, there's
actually a site to go on foreclosed homes.
There's three services that I know of: Foreclosure Radar, Retran, and Revo Gateway. Those particular services do charge. They're probably anywhere from 40 to $50 a month. Do you have to pay? No, but if you want the information, I would.
Well,
I would
absolutely.
venture to say-
I believe absolutely not. They don't have to pay. You have to go to your realtor, and your realtor will provide you with all that information. You know.
All right. Well,
The county clerk's office also has a lot of information which you can get on foreclosed homes.
Well, we at
So
AJR
as a
Associates,
consumer,
we have it.
Well,
so,
we have it, and we would pay the service. But I suggest you contact a realtor. That has all these good gadgets for you to and information to get, and it's free of charge to the consumer.
Right on. So if we could move on to the real estate fun facts. What do you got this week, Mr. Pantalones?
This week's fun fact is rather than the use of gasoline guzzling noisy mowers at its Mountain View, California headquarters, the Googleplex has been known to keep its lawn trimmed with what?
All right, so that's the question. What does the Googleplex keep their lawn trimmed with? It's not a mower, apparently. Not a gasoline guzzler or whatever you have there. So give us a call, 855-693-4897, if you happen to get one of those particular.
And we did have some images, but I guess our engineer is somewhere out there.
Oh, there we go. There's the Googleplex. Nicely trimmed lawn there in the front there. Although it looks like fake lawn, I'll be honest with you, the way it's green there. But what do you think, Bruce? What do you think they, without giving out the answer, you think you know what they're trimming their lawn with?
The trim on the lawn, that looks like AstroTurf to me.
It does, doesn't it? Like the green, the color green, it looks like something you see on a football field or something,
yeah, it looks
right?
like something at the Anaheim Stadium.
Right on.
Well, that's a fun fact for today. Rather than the use of gasoline guzzling noisy mowers at its Mountain View, California headquarters, the Google has been known best to keep its lawn trimmed with what?
Right
so
on.
if you guys have a guest or you guys want to call in, feel free to call in and win that $25 gift card.
Right on. And there's a design deal again. This is the outside of that particular design deal. If you give us a call, 855-693-4897, you can win that $25 gift card. So give us a call. You have a question for myself, Alonso, or Bruce. Now, let's get to our esteemed guest, Mr. Bruce Bryant with Home and Realty Magazine. And it was a pleasure talking with this gentleman yesterday. Very, very educated, very creative individual that we were able to talk about yesterday. And Mr. Bruce, give us a little bit of background, Bruce. Let's start with that. A little bit of background on how you got interested in publishing and what pushed you to that arena.
It's a simple answer on that, Alex. The family background is printing. I come from Connecticut originally. I was born and raised in Connecticut.
Nice.
My uncle, who was my dad's brother, was the president of a very powerful, very large, actually it was built in, I think, the 1800s in New York City, an envelope company. When I was a little kid, I used to go to his house. And I was a car enthusiast all my life. I used to look at cars and say, boy, someday I'll have one of those. I went to Uncle Walter's house all the time, and he had a whole buffet of cars in the garage.
What kind of cars were they?
He was collecting Mustangs back in the olden days, and
nice.
he had Mustangs, and he had, excuse me, he had a couple old Corvettes. And to make the story short, he was, as I said, he was the president of the company. He was a big guy in the company. And I was just so inspired by him. And I said, Uncle Walter, how do I get into this business? What do I have to do this?
Yeah.
I want a car like that. I want to live your life. And he come out and he says, I want you to go to school, son. I was about 14 years old when I was getting this lecture. And, excuse me. And I said, okay, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I said, no, all I know is it's going to be a fun life if I can make this happen.
School bell. Out to
The school bell? The engineer's playing around back there.
Okay, he scared me.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, and it's not the most interesting story the whole world's going to hear about,
Right on.
but about Uncle Walter. But
Obviously-
he was my mentor,
Bruce.
my hero.
Bruce, obviously you didn't go to school, right? Because you didn't recognize the bell, right? The school bell.
Well, here's the thing. It sounds to me like you listened to him.
I listened to my uncle.
Right on.
I listened to my uncle, and he was the guy to listen to.
Right on.
I started my career in print, and I was knocking on doors like everyone, trying to get a sale. And we were in the hub of Hartford, so we had the insurance companies to our benefit. So we knocked on a lot of doors, and like everyone, got thrown out of a lot of them. And eventually we got some sales. We created a business. We got known for our printing abilities. And quite frankly, to get to the point of why I went into publishing was every salesman's complaint and misery. And that's that you go and you're knocking on doors, you got to bid against someone. And what happens is you're losing a deal and you go home sad. You say, gee whiz, I lost another one. I lost another one. I lost another one. So I went back to Uncle Walt and I said, hey, how can I change this? How can I make my life easier? How can I make it more effective for my time invested? And he said, create a magazine. And
so this was somebody told you.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
He said, create a magazine. He said, create a magazine. And he said, you'll end up being kind of like a landlord. And he said, the magazine is a housing facility for people that you're going to sell your services to. And your objective, of course, like a landlord, is to keep your tenants, occupied. You want to have vacancy. And the magazine had to be filled. If I don't have enough pages in my magazine, my clients don't have anything to advertise in. And it made a lot of sense. And what this did is it solved my problem as a salesman, because I was always crying about losing a deal because someone had a better price than I did. And let's face it, we're all, no matter who you fight in a ring, someone's going to beat you up.
Yeah.
You always get beat up as a sales guy. So I said, this is a perfect situation. And I think Uncle Walter's got the remedy. He's got the answer. And I did. I got involved in the publishing business. And as time took, I went later in my career, I later became a self-publisher. I became a custom publisher for my own products. And I actually owned the magazines. But in the very beginning, I was a consultant, again, banging on doors and getting rejected every day, like I still do. and what the exciting part was, I created products that had value. And that was the most exciting part. For me, I'm so proud about what I've done, because what I do helps a lot of people. And it's about like anybody's job. You want to make as much money. You want the boss to give you a raise. You make your own raises in sales. But again, to go to the point, I'm helping people.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Hold that thought.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, two things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number one Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number one. There's only number one. There's only number one.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. Free quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AJR and Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR and Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
A man of many talents, may I add?
Might I say?
Might I say?
In this wet Wednesday afternoon, coming up on the
Wet
second
Wednesday. That's a new one. Wet Wednesday. I like that one. Wet Wednesday.
the wet Wednesday afternoon. Instead of what is it? The Wednesday widget, Wednesday wisdom widget. They used to call it. Yeah. Give us a call 855-693-4897, or you can reach us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. Now, if you email us during the show, we will not get to it during the show, but we will get to it in subsequent shows. Give us a call, win one of those $25 gift cards at Stevens Steakhouse, looking at State of Commerce. Compliments of Carlos Cruz and Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. Back to Mr. Bruce Bryant with Home and Realty Magazine. Mr. Pantalones, if you will, let's put his website information up. The website banner, and for the website, and you can reach Mr. Bruce's website at www.homeandrealtymag.com, homeandrealtymag.com, and there we go. It's up on the screen if you happen to be watching the show. If not, you can. This show will be burned into YouTube for eternity, so you're welcome to log on to this particular show, December 3rd, 2014, and you can watch this and other shows. But Mr. Bruce's show will be there for anytime viewing. So, Mr. Bruce, you were telling us about how you got involved in publishing. So, if I may ask, how long you been in the business?
Well, now you're going to date me? Count the gray hairs on my head.
Right on.
Okay, let's
well,
go.
you don't have to answer.
No, it's not
All right.
embarrassed. I mean, someone's got to get old. I guess it'll be me. I got into the industry back in 1976.
All right, so we can do the math on that one.
Yeah, I'm old.
In terms of now doing the actual magazine, things have changed a little bit for the magazine.
Yes, sir.
How so?
Well, the industry flipped into digital when everybody started going e-commerce. I was traditionally a print sales rep that was specializing in the custom magazines. We were doing like the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. We were doing Caesar's Palace, all these beautiful lifestyle magazines that we were contracting on. That, again, is a good part of my background. And a good hunk of my years. It's kind of good to be old because it's got some history, and I had a lot of fun doing it. A good 17 or 18 of those years, I specialized in doing casino work. I actually flew all around the United States, and I went down to Biloxi. I was down in the Bahamas, outside the United States. I lived in Las Vegas for 3 years doing the Caesars contract. I did work with these custom publications in print, is my point. And then to answer your question on this, Alex, everybody started saying, well, we got to go and get online because we want to get more of a larger footprint to our audience. So whether I liked it or not, I had to, bend with the trend. And I did. And the neat part was I was staying attention to it. And I had young sons that were coaching me all the way. And I was about 3 inches ahead of the curve. I don't say 3 miles, 3 inches. And I had a great webmaster behind me, and quite frankly, he was one of the guys that built a lot of work with ESPN back home in Connecticut. I had the great team. I guess that's what I really want to say here. I get a lot of the credit for what happens when the end result comes out, but in all fairness to my team, it's really them.
You're being a bit modest, Bruce, because when I asked you this question yesterday, you talk about a team, but really you're doing this by yourself.
Well, I air traffic control the work. You have to understand, there's got to be somebody that's whipping someone, and I'm whipping
that's
everybody.
a good way to put it, right?
Do you have employees or do you outsource your work?
No, we don't have. That's the advantage, and that's something I'll share with the audience, because if it's a nice industry to get involved in, and to get to the point on that is you can run this thing right out of a PC or a Mac if you have the intelligence and the background in publishing or journalism and knowing how to write copy and attract customers, and really. What's the word we use? Entice them, enhance them, engage them is the word that I use on the internet. Engage them.
Yeah. So in terms of the wisdom now, putting all this together, I mean, it does take some training, some maybe some college background. I mean, you have a do you have
I have a technical background. I'm a graduate of EC Goodwin Technical School.
Nice. Okay.
And what my expertise was in that, well, I'll say expertise, but my degree was in print communications. So at the end of that, what you become is either a guy that's managing or running a printing company, like a plant manager. You can go into sales. There's all these different divisions, of course. My excitement was because of my uncle was publishing. I took Walter's advice, and my uncle Walter, out of respect. I love that guy. Okay. Anyway, where I'm going with this is I took his advice on going into the publishing, end of it, and it was very rewarding. I mean, it's rewarding for everybody I play with, and all you guys out there that know me, that get involved with my magazine and know my work, they know how much fun I'm having at this, because we're all having a great time.
Yeah. So actually, Alonso hasn't had a chance to look at this, but I'm looking at the publication, and you said that these aren't in print anymore. You said.
I love that guy too.
But I'm looking at this. This is thick paper. It's not staple bound. I mean, this is a nice bind on here.
Yeah, that's a perfect.
This is a nice magazine. I mean, these are the kind of things you see in like airports and dentist offices and stuff like that.
Full print, all color print.
All color, right? So I mean, it looks expensive. It looks expensive. I mean, am I wrong about that?
We say cost effective.
Okay, right on. I mean, economical. I mean, is that how we put it?
To get to your point, yes, we use high quality paper. That particular vehicle right there is showcasing some of the highest properties, real estate properties in the coastal areas here in California. And you've got to put it on good paper. I mean, otherwise it comes out looking like a church bulletin, and it doesn't do the job.
Yeah, so it's not something that comes out like every week or anything like that. I mean, this is something that potentially, it's almost like buying a book, like at a bookstore, that you're going to keep probably forever. Because I notice a lot of people, a lot of times you walk into their living room and they have a whole series of magazines, but they're nicely bound. And that's what this reminds me of.
Well, we call it coffee table.
Oh, there you go.
And
Okay.
and because we're focusing in on lifestyle, we want these to land on the coffee table of, again, our great customers, and again, the guests that come to our homes.
Are there any celebrities you guys work with, Bruce?
Oh yeah, we've had a lot of fun with that. I when I was in Vegas, it was really a lot of fun, because we had George Clooney on the front cover of one of my magazines. I worked with him. Paul Anka was in one of my magazines over in. I did the magazine for the casino called Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. To answer your question, yes, I got a long list of fun. Huh? I'm sorry.
I said that must be fun.
I had a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun in this business.
Now there's something that you call your magazine in terms of what it is. I think you called it a vehicle.
I call it the best magazine available.
Right on. Because ultimately, when you look at the magazine, it's really all the top dollar stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and every magazine has a purpose, okay? And you have to have a differentiation in your magazine so that people know why do they want to go to your magazine. And what I did many, many years ago, and I kept that concept with all of my magazines, was working on lifestyle, working on high, what's the word I want to look for? I don't know. High-end lifestyle and people that live those lifestyles. And the reason for that is you show these nice houses, you show these nice cars and these nice places where people want to go and they want to live like that. It's enticing. You don't want to show someone that's just to be basically struggling.
You actually showed us an example, a little bit of, what was it, Robin Leach?
Oh, stop it. I'm not going there.
Come on, Bruce.
No.
It's because you did it pretty good. That's why I mentioned it. But,
Come on.
But now, so the concept of the magazine is high-end stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And looking through it, now that it's bound nicely, and like you said, it's kind of like that coffee table magazine.
Right.
In terms of the concept now, who's your target market?
Well, if I can talk briefly on that, what we did when we developed the specific home and realty magazine, what we did is we took the name home and we took the name realty. And our strategy on that was to go after goods and services that the homeowner would require after they made the purchase on the house. Okay. And under the category, of course, of realty, and those would be the high-profile realtors that I work with that sell the actual beautiful homes that are here in our California area. And that would give me the umbrella, as I call it, to have a fun day. You know, sometimes I say, well, I'm going to call on 20 realtors. Well, after a while, it's like eating chocolate ice cream all day long. I mean, I love you guys, but, you know, after a while, then the next day I'll call on someone that's offering electrical services or landscaping services for my magazine, and I put a pair of jeans on that day and go out and see a different audience.
So
And-
can just any real estate agent advertise on your magazine, or
No,
No, okay,
have
so it
to-
has to be a.
they have to qualify.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you even had some individuals say, "Hey, if you put that guy in there, I'm getting out."
I give them a test. I mean, I don't take blood or any of that stuff from you guys, but no, you have to set the bar. I mean, we're differentiating, you know, with the magazine, and we really want the biggest, the best, because we want to sell the biggest and the best, and we want the end user to get the biggest and the best. So we want value 100% throughout the magazine. We're very careful. I mean, there's not everyone fits the vehicle. They don't all fit in.
Well, if I may ask, Bruce,
Sure.
because you mentioned on the front page of the magazine, if I may ask what it costs just to get on the front page.
No.
Okay, so in terms of the individuals now that come in and want to do it, just let me say that it's a lot of money. So not just anybody can do it.
No, let me defend that. I don't want to be rude by saying the word no, because no is a negative word.
No, it's okay. It's just
but
that I
no.
don't want to reveal that if you're not comfortable with
No,
saying
and
that.
I'll tell you why. Okay. It depends. We sell our magazine in packages, okay? Sometimes someone wants to be on a cover and have 2 inside pages on the inside of the magazine. That'll dictate one type of a price. And then someone will say, I want to be on the cover of your magazine, Bruce, and then I want 6 pages on the inside. That's a different price. So there is no one set price
Yes.
that I can offer anyone.
Well, simply the point I was trying to make though is that not just anybody could be in the magazine, because it's just about affordability. You know, I know that I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to afford it. So that you've become now the authority, if you will, on the product and the concepts that you're bringing out on the magazine. You become like the authority. It's almost like MLS if you think about it. MLS is the authority of taking the listings and putting them on the market. But now you've kind of taken that whole niche, if you will, and you've popularized it.
Well, I think what I've done, and that's what I've done in my whole career, is, as I call it, electromagnetized it. Everyone puts out some type of a message when they're putting a communication together, and they use a
Yes.
magnet. I don't use a magnet. I use an electromagnet.
Hold that. We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
It's one thing to own a business, it's another to promote it. That's why thousands of business owners rely on Monster Marketing Group. Design, print, mail, custom mailers, all for as little as 29 cents delivered. That includes postage. Send to a neighborhood, zip code, or an entire city. With just a simple call, 888-49-MONSTER, you can easily promote your business, sales, events, grand openings, send coupons, and much more.
Your mail delivers in as little as 5 days. No dealing with the mailing list or paperwork. Monster Marketing does all the heavy lifting. Get started now by calling 888-49-MONSTER or go to monsterng.com.
Monster Marketing Group. We deliver, we give you results, we can prove it.
Hello, this is Steve.
Hey Steve, it's Angela. Just wanted to see if you want to go out to lunch today.
I can't right now. I'm trying to find a company to build my website. The guy I was working with vanished and he won't return my calls.
Hey, you should call Infuse. They've helped our company with our website and it came out great. They've been around for almost about 20 years. They have great service and they're very knowledgeable.
I don't have a big budget though. You think they can still help?
Sure, I saw their portfolio. They work on all types of projects.
Is this one of those overseas companies that only communicates through emails? I want to see someone face to face to show them what I want.
Not at all. They're just down the street from you. Give them a call at 562-450-4512.
What's that number again?
562-450-4512. You can visit them at their website at infuse.com.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
It's hot out here. I need a drink. Have a mucho macho michelada. What's a michelada? Michelada is a Mexican Bloody Mary made with beer. All you have to do is get bucket-sized michelada, open it up, pour it in your favorite beer, and you're good.
What if you don't like beer?
You can use it in lemon lime soda, vodka with lime, or tequila with lemon lime soda.
Sounds delicious. Where do you find it?
You can find it at your favorite store, or you can go to muchomachomichelada.com.
Find us on Twitter and Facebook.
What's up, guys? Sports Guru
And Bud Knocker.
from the Sportscast, Wednesdays, 12 to 2 Pacific on Rant Radio Network.
We got everything you need to know about sports. We got all the latest video highlights. We got You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We got Bonehead of the Week. We're talking sports, drinking beer, and having a good time.
If you missed the show, go to rantradionetwork.com and listen on demand. So check us out every Wednesday, 12 to 2 on Rant Radio Network.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. Very nice. Welcome back to Real Estate Rant here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
Very good, feeling good.
Here, top of the hour on the Wet Wednesday. Wow, you know, I can't say it enough. It's been dry all year long, and then all of a sudden it's just pouring rain, and it doesn't stop.
But we need that rain. It never rains in Southern California, and it's finally coming down.
Finally, you know, I know that we were actually approaching a drought, and you know, the powers that be were saying, oh yeah, we'll conserve water, and even the cities are coming down and saying use those water
The low
saving
flush
toilets, yeah, the low flush toilets and stuff like that. So they're kind of going nuts with that stuff. But anyway, give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. Mr. Pantalones, if we can throw up the design deal again once more. If you happen to give us a call and get this particular design, you can win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse located in the City of Commerce. Compliments of Carlos Cruz and Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. And also, if we can, Mr. Alonso, if you can give us the real estate fun fact again.
And the fun fact was, rather than the use of gasoline guzzling noisy mowers at the Mountain View, California headquarters, the Googleplex, Google has been known best to keep its lawn trim with what?
Mr. Pantalones, thank you for giving it away. Thank you, sir. So if you happen, like, you still have to call in. If you didn't see that, you know, maybe you can rewind the show.
I think we can just read out the answer now.
Let's wait. Let's wait until the last segment, because maybe somebody might not get it. Give us a call at 855-693-4897. You can ask myself, Mr. Alonso, or Bruce a question. Our esteemed guest with Home and Realty Magazine, actually looking at the magazine, you can actually go online at www.homeandrealtymag.com. That's homeandrealtymag.com. And Bruce has got a really nice website. It shows the actual magazine. I believe it shows all the publications as well as the newest ones. You can flip through there just like you're reading a book. It's really nice. And back to Bruce. Let's get back to our interview here. Very interesting, Mr. Bruce, what you had to say so far. And I'll be honest with you, I wish I would have started a magazine.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it sounds like. I mean, we're talking about off the air. It sounds like a lot of work, though, at the same time. But fun. You know, every time I've seen you, you've had a smile on your face, and you look like you're a relaxed individual. So that's a good thing. You don't look stressed out. You know.
No, I've been doing this too long. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Right on. So, Mr. Alonso, do we have any questions for the gentleman?
Oh, well, there's plenty of questions.
All right. Well, what here you primarily target here in Southern California, or you do multiple states? I mean, what is your area that you target?
The two agencies that I have, I'll throw the names out for the giggles of it because these are very dear friends of mine as well as associates. I work with Mental Marketing up in Templeton, California. It's Mark Elterman is the CEO of that corporation. I've worked with Mark for a good 20 years when I was in Connecticut. The other great friends that I have that I'm associated with are the folks from the Ocean Home magazine, and that's Mr. Rick Settler, again, one of my mentors, ironically younger than myself, that had put a lot of spark into my career. And I work with his partner, Hugh Malone, two great guys. And I say work with them, we're associates. We get sometimes in situations where it's like, hey, how do we do this? And these are my backup guys. I mean, these are the real big guys that, have supported me with a great deal of knowledge, a great deal of information. They've always gotten my, tires out of the mud, so to speak. And it's so great to have them there because when I first got in his career, it wasn't a career, it was a scary job. It was more of a scary job, like all of our jobs when we do them. And when you have someone to guide you and, you have a mentor to hold their hand and say, how do I do this? It's unbelievable. And what's exciting for me now after making enough mistakes in the industry is I really have something I feel that, my readers can take a peek at and get involved with me. And those of you that have worked with me know that I will get you out of your troubles sometimes. And it is a lot of fun. It's very rewarding. I mean, it's just not all about, like everybody cries about, making money. I don't do that. I cry about making friends because when you do that and you help people, everything goes together for everybody.
Now we did talk about that a little bit. Your philosophy really, because there's really two roads you can take in life. One of them is rip people off and be a shyster, and the other one is help people out. And your position was to really help people.
You have to. I mean, if you do that, it comes back. I mean, you don't look for it.
Kind of like karma, right?
Well, I mean, I'd like to think so.
Well, you try. I mean, I think it's always good. I mean, God bless my mother. I miss her dearly, but she taught me when I was a young kid that you do right to others. That's all you do. And when you treat people, you treat them with respect, and you treat them as though you're your own people, your own family. If you do that, it'll come back. And that's what I've always done. And, God bless her. I mean, I did right things, and I'm proud of her. I'm proud that, I lived in that kind of an environment where I had people to teach me.
Right on. Well, here on the Real Estate Rant, we actually have a saying, and it's no problems, just solutions. But the other one is that we try to ensure the public trust. And part of doing that and showing respect for, number one, the guests that we have on the show, but what is it that they do? We kind of show honor to what is it they do, because I think everybody has their puzzle piece in society, and everybody has a certain level of importance. So there are shysters out there, that we try to shed light on and say, hey guys, you know what, this isn't necessary. There's enough pie in the sky for everybody. You really don't have to take from others in order to succeed.
Well, if I can just inject something here that I'm very, very proud about. As many of us are out there in the world selling goods and services and products, the guy will say, I'm selling this cup. I don't know if the camera can see me, but I'm selling this cup. Okay, and blah, blah, blah about the cup. What makes my business crystal clear and sterile to my end user, the person that's going to write me a check and do business with me, is I have my name in everything I do. My reputation is my name on that front cover that says publisher's letter. And I'm crystal clear like a window. You know what I'm doing at all times. When I'm in the community talking to my associates, I'm talking to my clients, they know what I'm saying. And I can't talk like anyone. Like people like to gossip sometimes. I'm like a priest. I have to be so neutral to the world. It's pathetic. I became a good guy just because of my industry. It's like, I didn't know I was going to turn out like this.
Oh, so you're talking about in terms of the magazine?
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the trust factor. We were going back to the trust factor.
Okay, right on.
And I giggle over it because I'm automatically on a track that I can't get off of because I got so many people that would shoot me if I did something wrong. And it's like, I don't have a chance to do anything wrong. I'm always doing right things. And when you're a publisher, and that's not me, that's anybody in this industry that's got their name in a book that says I'm the publisher. That says, shoot me if something goes wrong.
Yeah,
you're the guy you're the target. I mean, I can't put it in any other word. So,
well, it's a scrutiny, right? You got like public scrutiny of it.
I don't have a problem with it because I'd rather do right things. I mean, it works better. It's easier.
So what does your magazine really sell? Branding?
Branding is what the platform of the magazine is about. It's really the platform of anyone selling advertising. I mean, you want to get your brand out there. That's the strongest thing I sell. I do get a kick out of my sales calls on new people. A lot of times people will come out to me and say, well, I don't think magazines work, and I don't think advertising pays, and I just listen to them because, again, I don't want to get yelled at. My platform is branding in the Home and Realty magazine. If you think you're going to come into my magazine on a Monday and write me a check and put your ad in the book, and we're going to go out and put your ad out there, and you're going to make money on Tuesday, don't come in the book. It's not going to work like that. Okay, it's a process. Like anything in life, if you plant tomatoes in a garden on Monday, don't think you're going to make a tomato sandwich on Wednesday. The tomatoes won't be there. And I say that to the clients as well.
That's a good analogy.
I don't know how to make it any clearer. I've been beat up by everybody out there, and I'll take some more if you want to give it to me. But I'm used to it. But I know how it works.
Everyone expects fast results, and it doesn't work that way, right?
No,
Bruce?
it doesn't work. I had one lady. She had $1,200,000 house in Rossmore down in Los Alamitos. She was in my magazine for 9 months. Now, after 9 months, she didn't sell one house. I'm not ashamed to tell anybody that, because that's what happened. On the 9th month, one of her neighbors went to Jiffy Lube, which was one of my strategic distribution points when I was in print, because I knew they had to get their oil changed. I knew that would be a great place to put Home and Realty magazine. End of the story was, the phone rings over at my office. Hello, Bruce, my house got sold. How did it get sold? They went to get their oil changed, and they saw Home and Realty magazine, and boom. And now that lady's licking me like a chocolate ice cream cone. And I'm like, I can't believe it. And now I'm a hero. Now I'm a good guy. I was trying to tell her that when I met her. She wouldn't accept it. I'm loving the business. I mean,
Nice,
I'll
nice.
never.
It
I'll never.
reminds me of the Heinz commercial where they have that ketchup and they're turning it around. It's a good thing comes to those that wait.
Oh,
it
yeah,
has
yeah.
a ketchup waiting to drip out.
That's hilarious.
It's fun.
I would love to taste you. Yeah, but Bruce, I'm seeing a little bit of a conflict here though on what we're talking about, because we're talking. One of them we're talking about a publication. On the other side, we're talking about a website. Do you find that there's maybe a tug of war between these two mediums?
To answer that question, I belong to several publishing network associations. These are major associations which anybody can click onto and join, and listen to their forums and their chat rooms and everything. And these are publishers. These are self-publishers like myself all around the United States that build magazines like I do. And we all ask each other questions, how to do this better, how to do that better. There is a tug of war going on right now, and that tug of war is going to go on until there's enough online magazines on a regular basis that they know that that's the norm. However, what I do to survive, and you always have to have your survival kit so you can be ahead of the competition, is and everyone's selling different types of magazines. That, I guess, my point is, the reason I go to high lifestyle and I go to the higher end, like for example, if you go through Home and Realty magazine, you'll see nothing but the best realtors in the area. You'll see the best, and you'll know their names, and you'll see their houses, and it all identifies. Where am I going with this? It's that print will always survive in high lifestyle magazines. It will not survive in the middle, and it will not survive definitely on the bottom end of the spectrum. Okay. So
that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Is
Yes.
that now it's a coffee table magazine that's
Yes.
going to be there for years.
Yes.
And even though the house is already sold, you're still going to be looking at it because it looks nice.
Well, and again,
some of these are amazing photos you have in here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But again, that umbrella that I spoke of earlier with the name Home and Realty, we cover other goods and services like the landscapers. I'll tell you, we've got the people that do the extermination for the predators that are out there. We've got all different types of goods and services that the homeowner requires.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
Hey, this is Phil from the Three Guys Rant. I'm the good-looking one, in case you're wondering. I'm coming to you today about 90 for life.
There are lots of outdoor activities, but if you're unhealthy, you can't enjoy them. Well, that was us until we found the solution, 90 for life.
What is 90 for life, you ask? Well, 90 is the number of essential nutrients your body needs every day to fight off disease.
So if you're sick of being sick, go to our website, the3guysrant.com, and click on the longevity link today for a better and healthier tomorrow. Looking for some swag? Make sure to check out monsterclothing.com. They got everything from V-necks, t-shirts, hoodies, baby dolls. And remember, custom orders are always welcome and much more. They're just not on the site yet. www.monsterclothingco.com or call them at 888-49-MONSTER. 888-49-MONSTER. Hablamos español. Doo-doo-doo!
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. We are back here, the last segment here at the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and my co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez, and broker, of course. How are you, sir?
Good, Alex.
Right on. All right, give us a call at 855-693-4897, Mr. Pantalones, if you will. Let's throw up the design deal one last time. If you get this particular design, you can win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce. Compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. And I don't know, let's just throw up the answer. Why not? Mr. Pantalones, if you will. It is a mud hiff.
Mud hiff.
This particular house actually originates in... It's actually built by the Madan people. They're marsh Arabs in the swamps of southern Iraq, and believe it or not, that's what God has given them to build their homes.
So there's actually water in Iraq. I thought it was all desert.
You know, that's what we would think, huh? All the pictures that I've seen of Iraq have been pretty dry.
Hey, show me some respect, boy.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so that is a mud hiff, and you know, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't even know where to start with something like that. You know, how would you start to even build something like that? You would have to have a particular craft to know how to build something like that. And
You call Beaver Construction.
well, exactly. Give us a call at 855-693-4897, and let's do the finale of the real estate fun facts, Mr. Alonso. What do you got?
Well, the question was, rather than the use of gasoline guzzling noisy mowers at its Mountain View, California headquarters, Google has been known to keep its lawn mowed with what? And that is the answer. Google rents goats from a cool company called California Grazing, which swears it can maneuver a herd of goats through crowded city streets. It's eco-friendly. It's an eco-friendly approach to landscaping. So you can't beat that. The fun fact on that, huh? The fun
You
fact on
cannot,
that.
you know, and I would have never guessed it. I'll be honest with you. But man, what do they do with all the little goat raisins that are floating around?
I think it's fertilizer makes the grass grow
well,
greener.
yeah.
That's why it looks like AstroTurf.
I didn't think about that.
So there you go for all those eco-friendly Go Green folks. Keep in mind another alternative to those gas guzzling, smoke throwing, polluting machinery. You can always keep your grass mowed with the goat.
So once again, we learned something here at the Real Estate Rant. You know, every show we learn something, right? I learned something today. And I still can't believe it. I'll be honest with you. They mow their lawn with goats.
That's right.
And that's how they get that picture right there. I mean, I'm looking at this. It, like Bruce said, was saying it.
That's
looks
why it
like,
doesn't look even.
It looks like
little
AstroTurf,
patches, right?
Yeah, it looks like AstroTurf, but it doesn't. You know, isn't that nuts?
So there you go. You have free fertilizer and a trim.
Right now, so we got a mud hiff and goat mowing. How you like that? Only here at the Real Estate Rant. You know what can I say? Again, give us a call 855-693-4897 if you have a question for myself, Alonso, or Bruce with the Home and Realty Magazine. You can actually get onto his website as well at www.homeandrealtymag.com, and it's a very nice website. You can take a look at all the previous publications as well as the current ones, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of great pictures that go around on that magazine, as well as services that they demonstrate there on the magazine. Very good magazine to take a look at, and Mr. Bruce is here to share that with us. Mr. Bruce.
Hello.
We talked a little bit about the magazine now, but you have a certain philosophy on other mediums in terms of, you know, how or what the magazine is doing versus, say, radio or TV or even billboards.
I think where you're going with that, Alex, is we touched briefly on trust factor. Is that what you were thinking?
I mean, that's pretty much what we talked about.
Okay. Well, it's important. What a magazine does for people that don't get deep enough to understand or want to understand, because again, sometimes it's not the most exciting story in the world. What the magazine does is it ensures trust in a consumer's mind,
and that's our mojo, right? Ensuring the public trust.
Well, it's true. I mean, and again, these are statistics that I got, and they're kind of old. I mean, but yet they're there. Back in 2005, I was doing some research. McMurray Publishing is one of the largest custom publishing companies in Arizona. That's where Mark Elterman came out of. Again, my associate and who I work with at Mental Marketing up in Templeton, California. And Mark revealed the information to me coming from his findings that a magazine will pump up about 43% of the human brain's trust factor. Therefore, when you go to make the purchase on your leather jacket or your Audi or your Mercedes-Benz or whatever you're purchasing, okay, that you've already seen it so many times in that magazine. And I don't know where these numbers come from, but 43 was the number. 43% was the level that the magazine would pull out of the consumer. And that's the trust factor is what they called. And to go back to what you're saying with the other mediums, like there's radio, there's television, there's radio.
Well, billboards.
There's
billboards.
Well, again, all the mediums. I mean, direct mail, whatever the medium, whatever your choice of medium is. Okay,
mail.
But when we nail it down to again, what we always care about is what we do is publishing. Okay, it's. And again, I'm sure these numbers are a little off now, but they were 43% back in 2005. Are they 47% now? Who cares? The bottom line is a magazine will incur trust factor and a very high percentage of it. And I'm not going to go beating up the other mediums because I'm not selling them. But I'm concerned that when my clients want to know what does a magazine do, I want to be able to, show them why there's a value to getting yourself involved in a magazine. And I'll go back to what we said a little earlier. Is it add water and stir? No, it's not. I mean, it's a process.
So how often does a magazine come out?
The Home and Realty magazine, the one we do here in California, is a monthly. And we're 100% online with that. We used to be in print, but we're now online and offering a larger footprint to all our audience.
I kind of want to go back a little bit to the trust thing, Bruce, because I think that's kind of important because there's been a lot of new technology coming out. I mean, it started off with MySpace, what kind of went off to Facebook, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I don't see that any of those mediums have taken place of a magazine. The magazine is kind of like one of those things that you just can't get rid of. You just can't. The way that I see that you guys are doing it, it's almost like it's even difficult to throw it away.
Again, we got to go back to the concept of lifestyle, okay? And this is something that I stress, and everyone or my associates in this world stress it as well because we love it because it's never going to fade, okay? When a consumer wants to purchase a valuable car like a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, there's a reason for that. It's not status. It's quality. It's dependability. It's engineering. I'm not saying that the other cars are just put together and they're not using engineers. That's not true. Okay, I think they're all doing a fine job at the best they can do. And I'm not here to tell you who's a better car. I'm not selling cars here, but
well, it was kind of like Alonso and I were talking the other day. You know, we've collectively, I've been in the business now going on 27 years, and I've seen a lot of property. I mean, sometimes I've been to 3, 4, sometimes 10 properties in a day.
Yep.
Alonso probably has done the same. And I'll be honest with you, I was looking through the magazine, and there was things that I've seen here that I've never seen in 27 years of looking at property.
Well, this
it's like rarefied air. You know, I mean, like I said, it's not something that I'm going to throw in the trash.
No.
I'm going to hold on to this because it's like looking at Taj Mahal. You know, it's
well, it's exciting. I mean, differentiation is the key word in developing anything with advertising. It's not strictly magazines. It's anything that you want to wave your flag about. You want to stick out so that people say, "Oh, that's the reason why I have to go to him or her," because they're different and they've got something better than everyone else. Now, what we do to stick out again is show. I mean, if you go, I forget what page it's on, but there's a yacht inside of there that when it comes down, it actually has an elevator in it, and you drive your car onto the lip.
That's the one with the 3 engines on the back, right?
Yeah. Well, it's also a $54 million boat.
Wow. $54 million.
$54 million.
That's
I know.
They say a boat is kind of like a woman. You know, she sucks you dry with the finances.
Well, it's a hole in the water you always fill.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Unless it sinks like the Titanic, huh?
Which is a bigger hole.
But going back to it, it's and that's what you've got to do in advertising. You've got to differentiate yourself. And
that's what you're talking about there?
No.
Oh, that's not the one?
I'll show. I don't even think it's in that issue. I've got another issue of it in my car. I'll bring it to you later. But it's a James Bond type boat.
Wow.
It's all stainless steel on the outside.
The helipad?
No, it doesn't have that one.
Oh,
This one doesn't have that one, but this one's got a lip that comes out in the back, and when you pull up to the dock, your car drives right into it, and then the lip closes up. And so it doesn't have the helipad on it, but it's got the container. It's got the garage built right into the boat.
That must be nice, huh?
I'll take one of those.
Yeah.
So Bruce, let me ask you, where is your magazine sold and displayed at?
Well, again, because it's online, you know, we're not print anymore.
So we don't get these hard copies anymore, we say? Or is there still a way of getting these?
Yeah, so these have become like a vintage thing, you know.
No, I gotta also wave the flag for Ocean Home Magazine. Ocean Home Magazine is a subscription acquisition mailing, I should say publication, that's available to everyone. As a matter of fact, they're having a sale right now. We're having it on sale. I don't have the numbers in my head, and I'm reluctant to putting them up because they may be the wrong numbers. But you can go online, go to oceanhomemag.com. and take a look at their subscription. It's a beautiful website.
Yeah, it's a beautiful visuals that you guys have, beautiful homes. I can't believe how lavish some people live. I'll be honest with you, because some of us, you know,
well, we give the credit where it's due. That goes to Mr. Rick Settler, and it goes to Mr. Hugh Malone over.
We're lucky to have a
right.
dartboard, up on the wall in a picture or something.
Well, those guys are over on the East Coast. They're over in Massachusetts, in Andover, Massachusetts.
Yes. So
and that's where that's put together.
Very impressive, Mr. Bruce. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that information with us. And again, if we can throw up Mr. Bruce's information, Mr. Pantalones, if you will. You can reach Bruce's website at www.homeandrealtymag.com. And what was the other website that you mentioned? The oceanmag.com
Yeah,
as well?
if you guys anybody wants to take a look at Ocean Home Magazine, simply go to oceanhomemag.com. I think you have to throw the W's in there.
Yes. And thank you for sharing that information with us.
Very nice. Thanks for having me on the show.
Coming up today at 5 o'clock, we have Three Guys Rant here on the Rant Radio Network. Thank you again for tuning in here on Wednesday, same time, same place, every Wednesday. I don't think we'll be doing a show on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, but we will be there afterwards. There will be a show next week. We're having a photographer that does virtual tours, and thank you for tuning in. Mr. Alonso, anything?
Just we'll be right back. We'll be next week en el mismo canal y en el mismo tiempo. XCRT Tijuana, México.
Did we hit the SAP button? Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant Radio. Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems. The views and opinions expressed by the host or any guest on this show are encouraged to be followed up by a professional tax advisor or attorney, as we are not qualified or authorized to give advice in two areas: